Picture this. A Singaporean taxi driver barely scraping by on $4,000 a month, buried under a mountain of debt, with 2 kids depending on him, and a future that feels out of reach. Sound familiar? This isn't just a hypothetical. It's his reality, and he's bravely sharing every raw detail on YouTube. His struggle isn't unique. It's a powerful echo of what countless Singaporeans quietly endure. But here's the game changer. He's fighting back. Join us as we unpack his story, revealing not just his challenges, but the practical steps he's taking. We'll show you what he's nailing, what he could tweak, and how you, yes, even at 48 with 0 savings, can forge your own path to financial stability. Stay till the end, because we're going to break down what he's doing right, what he could do better, and how you can turn things around. Give this video a like so more Singaporeans struggling quietly can find this, and subscribe to Wealth for You, the channel that makes finance relatable, one real story at a time. Chapter 1. The Life of Uncle Kabie, a Singaporean hustler's daily reality. He wakes up each day not knowing how much he'll earn. But one thing's for sure, the meter has to keep running. Meet Uncle Kabie, a humble, hard-working taxi driver from Singapore, trying to raise a family of 4 on a net income of $4,000 a month. Now that might sound like a decent number, until you hear where it all goes. First stop, the bank. Half of that income, $2,000, vanishes each month into debt repayments, the remnants of a tough business decision that didn't work out. No shortcuts, no handouts, just grit. Next, his kids. Another $1,000 goes straight to tuition, because in Singapore, even if you're tired, broke, or unsure of tomorrow, you don't skimp on your child's education. As he puts it, I don't know if it's my best investment or my worst, but it's my duty. Then comes survival. His wife gives him a $400 to $500 allowance each month for food and daily expenses. That's 2 meals out a day, if he plans carefully and skips breakfast. Not because of diet trends, but because saving 1 meal equals $1 more in the tank. And the last $500? It's a mystery. Maybe it's being saved. Maybe it's being invested. His wife, the quiet CFO of the family, handles that part. And honestly, he trusts her, as Uncle Kabie jokes with a smile that hides a lifetime of stress. My income? Everything gone like tsunami. And yet, he doesn't complain. He drives. He provides. And he dreams of a better tomorrow, even if he's starting at 48 years old, with 0 savings, and a heart full of quiet hope. Chapter 2. What Uncle Kabie is doing right, and why it matters now. Before we start pointing fingers or offering advice, let's take a moment to give credit where it's due. Because for all the things working against him, debt, rising costs, long hours behind the wheel, Uncle Kabie is still standing, still driving, still showing up for his family. And that deserves respect. He's paying down his debt, $2,000 a month. No shortcuts, no drama, no excuses. He could have gone bankrupt. He didn't. He chose the long road, the hard road, and stuck to it. He doesn't gamble. He doesn't drink. He doesn't waste. In a world where it's easy to numb your stress with distractions, he stays disciplined. Every dollar, every decision is made with family in mind. He's investing in his children's future. $1,000 every month, not for himself, but for tuition. Because in his words, even if they don't pay me back one day, I'll still give them the best shot I can afford. That's not just a father. That's legacy thinking. And most of all, he's brutally honest about his journey. He could have kept quiet. But instead, he turned on a camera, opened up about his struggles and said, "This is my story." At 48 years old, when many feel it's too late, he's still pushing forward. No self-pity, no blame game. Just quiet courage. If that's not something to admire, I don't know what is. Chapter 3. Where Uncle Kabie can do better, before time runs out. Now, let's be honest. Even our most resilient heroes have blind spots. And Uncle Kabie is no exception. He openly admits it. Financial literacy? Zero. He's the first to say, "I'm not the CFO. My wife handles everything." And while that trust is beautiful, it also means he's not in control of his own roadmap. When you don't know where your money goes, you can't make it grow. Second, there's no clear savings plan for the future. No retirement fund, no emergency buffer, not even a small monthly transfer to a savings account. Right now, every dollar earned is a dollar spent. And as he puts it, everything gone like tsunami. And here's the bigger issue. Time. He's 48 years old. Realistically, he may have 10 to 15 good working years left before fatigue, health, or age slows him down. Let's face it, driving a cab is not a job you can easily do into your 70s. And when the wheels stop turning, the income stops too. That's why now, not later, is the time to rethink the game plan. Not with risky moves or get-rich-quick dreams, but with steady, realistic, cash flow generating steps. Because it's not too late. He doesn't need to become a millionaire. He just needs to build enough passive income to take the pressure off. Chapter 4. So how can Uncle Kabie turn things around? We've seen how Uncle Kabie is fighting an uphill battle. But the good news is, he's not alone. And more importantly, he's not stuck. Many ordinary Singaporeans have turned things around with small but powerful moves. Let's talk about real people, right here at home. Or the former insurance agent who once lived the high-flying life. Chanel bags, grab rides, fine dining every weekend. But when her mum fell seriously ill, everything changed. She swapped taxis for MRT, gave up restaurants for home-cooked meals, and quietly started putting every bonus into dividend stocks like Capital and Ascendas and Parkway Life REIT. Today, those dividends, not luxury, help cover her mum's medical bills. And she says, it's not sacrifice. It's just love in another form. And what about the delivery rider from Jurong West? He used to dream of owning a condo, but instead of stretching himself with a massive mortgage, he stayed put in his 3-room HDB flat and focused on building up his CPF and dividend portfolio. Now, at just 40, his passive income covers half his monthly expenses, and he's still riding, not for survival, but for savings. There's the mum from Yishun, who used to order groceries online every week, out of convenience. But when prices kept creeping up, she switched to planning her meals, shopping once a week at the wet market and NTUC, and only buying what's on discount. Now she saves close to $250 a month, which she quietly sets aside in a joint POSB account for her kids' future tuition. She says, "Last time I saved photos on Instagram. Now I save for real." These aren't fairy tales. They're our neighbors. They made the shift. Not by earning more, but by changing how they use what they already have. Chapter 5. 3-Step. Comeback Plan for Uncle Kabie and You. So here's a 3-step comeback plan for Uncle Kabie, and maybe for you too. Step 1. Clarity is power. Know where every dollar goes. Right now, Uncle Kabie hands over all his income to his wife and hopes for the best. But hope isn't a strategy. You can't fix what you don't track. Even a simple Google Sheet or handwritten notebook can help them sit down monthly and figure out, where's the money going? What's leaking out unnecessarily? Can they shave $50 here or $100 there? Small tweaks matter. A single review session can free up funds to start saving or investing. Step 2. Build emergency and sinking funds. Slowly but surely. We heard him talk about using his allowance to fix a flat tire or top up parking costs. That's stressful. Here's a small tip. Deposit just $100 a month into a simple OCBC 360 or DBS multiplier account labeled Emergency does make a difference. That way, when life throws a surprise, he doesn't need to borrow, panic, or sacrifice his meals. Step 3. Start investing for passive cash flow. Even $50 a month counts. This is the game changer. Right now, Uncle Kabie trades time for money, but time runs out. Health fades. Driving gets harder. When the car stops moving, so does the income. It's time to build cash flow that doesn't need him behind the wheel. Enter Singapore Dividend stocks and REITs. Think DBS Bank, OCBC, Singtel, Mapletree Industrial Trust, Parkway Life REIT. These companies pay 4% to 6% dividend yields. That's money in your pocket without selling the stock. Let's say he builds $30,000 in dividend assets over 10 years. At 5% yield, that's $1,500 a year, or $125 a month. 1 week's food already covered. And if he reinvests the dividends every year, that amount grows automatically, like planting seeds that turn into a durian tree. The good kind, not the kampung variety. This is how Singaporeans become cash flow rich, even with modest incomes. They don't gamble, they don't YOLO. They buy reliable, income-generating assets and let money work for them. Chapter 6. Turn his YouTube channel into a side hustle. He's got something special. A camera, honesty, and stories that resonate. He may consider sharing budgeting tips, link to useful tools, talk about life behind the wheel, and earn affiliate income. Even if it brings in just $50 to $100 a month, that's another stock top-up, another week of groceries, or another tuition class paid for. Uncle Kabie doesn't need a condo, a car upgrade, or a flashy retirement. He needs a simple plan, steady cash flow, and the confidence that even if he stops driving, his money doesn't stop working. And you know what? He can get there. $1, 1 dividend, 1 disciplined month at a time. Final words of encouragement. To our favorite taxi YouTuber. If you're watching this, you've done the hardest part already, facing your financial reality head-on and sharing your story with courage and honesty. You're paying down debt, putting your kids first, and showing up for your family every single day. That's not failure. That's resilience. But now, it's time for the next step. Instead of working harder, start making your money work for you. Here's the game plan. Track your spending so you and your wife can spot where to save. Set up an emergency fund so you're not caught off guard by tire bursts or parking bills. Start investing monthly, even if it's just $50, into solid Singapore dividend stocks. Grow a dividend portfolio that gives you cash flow, not just savings, but freedom. And finally, turn your YouTube journey into a side hustle. Your voice matters. You may be 48, but it's not too late to rebuild a retirement nest egg. 1 step, 1 stock, 1 month at a time. If you found this video helpful, give it a like so more Singaporeans can hear stories like Uncle Kabie's. And don't forget to subscribe to Wealth for You, where real people and real finance come together. Drop your encouragement or money-saving tips in the comments, and let's help each other grow. Whether we're wearing ties or holding steering wheels, we're all in this together. See you in the next one.